Today we're taking a look at the NBA matches, which are happening on Saturday, April 25th, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. So here are my betting suggestions for Brooklyn Nets versus Phoenix Suns match. The Suns are coming off a 99-86 loss to the Celtics on Thursday night. Phoenix was outscored by 11 points in the second quarter and trailed by 16 at the half. The deficit grew to 21 points in the second half as the Suns were really never able to get back in the game. Chris Paul led Phoenix with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Devin Booker finished with 15, but also fouled out in the game. The Suns shot just 6 of 35 from beyond the arc and finished the game shooting 41% from the field. Brooklyn defeated Boston on Friday night 109-104. Joe Harris paced the Nets with 20 points as Kyrie Irving suffered through a horrible shooting night. Despite hitting 4 of 19 from the field, Irving finished with 15 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. The Nets were able to get the win despite Kevin Durant and James Harden both being out of the lineup. Jeff Green stepped his scoring output, getting 19 points to help his team get the win. The Nets won the first game between the two teams back on February 16th by a score of 128-124. The Nets found themselves down by 24 points in the third quarter before storming back behind James Harden's 38 points. Joe Harris added 22 points as the Nets played without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. The Suns, who failed to score in the final 2:48 of the game, were led by Chris Paul, who scored 29 points. Devin Booker added 22 points for the Suns. Phoenix is coming off a loss to the Celtics where they looked sluggish, but they were sluggish and road weary. They had just beaten the Bucks and Sixers on the road. The Sixers game was the night before, so with the back-to-back in Boston, they were out of gas. With a couple of days of sleep till the Brooklyn game, they should be back at full strength. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 1-4-1 ATS in their last 6 road games, 35-15-1 ATS in their last 51 games against a team with a winning record, and 1-3-1 ATS in their last 5 games overall. The Nets are 14-6 ATS in their last 20 games against a team with a winning record, and 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games overall. The Brooklyn Nets have been in decent shape as they've split their last 8 games, and they will be hoping to stay hot after outlasting the Celtics in a 109-104 home win on Friday. Joe Harris led the team with 20 points, Jeff Green added 19 points, while Kyrie Irving racked up 15 points with 9 rebounds, 11 assists, and 4 steals. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over. Now here are my betting suggestions for Memphis Grizzlies versus Portland Trail Blazers match. The Grizzlies were able to halt a 2-game skid after picking up a much-needed win Friday night by a basket. Ja Morant finished with 33 points while dishing out 13 assists on an efficient 11-17 shooting night with no turnovers. Furthermore, Dillon Brooks and reserve Jaren Jackson Jr. also had solid nights from the perimeter while posting 25 and 23 points, respectively. In all, Memphis shot 50% as a team in the win, and despite giving up 48% to the Trail Blazers, 14 trays, along with being heavily out-rebounded, their ability to convert at the free throw line was certainly the difference maker, 22-27. Memphis is red hot against the number at this point, going 6-1 in their last 7 overall. The Trail Blazers enter this contest losing 4 straight after their slim defeat at the hands of the Grizzlies Friday night. Damian Lillard had a rough night, going just 8-22 along with 3-11 from long range to lead the team with 27, while CJ McCollum ended with 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. And while the team is struggling at this critical point in the season, they received a huge game from center Jusuf Nurkic, who has been in and out of the lineup due to injury yet poured in 26 points while grabbing 17 boards on 11-15 FG. Nonetheless, the team failed to cover as 4-point favorites and are just 3-4 ATS in their last 7 outings. Ja Morant on Friday night is something Damian Lillard will take to heart. He's one of the few players in the league I wouldn't want to see on the court when his back is pushed against the wall. The Trail Blazers have lost their last 4 straight games, and they're free-falling in the Western Conference standings. If Dame time was ever going to hit the switch, Sunday would be that moment for Portland. The Grizzlies have clearly been soft defensively, which means Lillard and CJ McCollum will continue to feast on the offensive end of the floor. Keep an eye on Jusuf Nurkic in this meeting as well, especially if Grizzlies center Jonas Valanciunas remains sidelined. His 26-point performance in the previous meeting could be a confidence builder that gets him back to playing the way he did before all of the injuries last season. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Portland Trail Blazers. The Grizzlies are 8-2 ATS in their last 10 road games and 35-17 ATS in their last 52 games overall. The Trailblazers are 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games, playing on 1 day's rest, and 1-4 ATS in their last 5 Sunday games. The over is 5-1 in Grizzlies' last 6 overall. The under is 4-1 in Trailblazers' last 5 Sunday games. The under is 7-3 in Trailblazers' last 10 home games. The Portland Trailblazers need a win after losing 6 of their last 7 games. The Portland Trailblazers are averaging 114.4 points on 44.7% shooting and allowing 114.7 points on 47.9% shooting. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 235. Now here are my betting suggestions for Cleveland Cavaliers versus Washington Wizards match. The Cavaliers have fallen in 4 of their last 5 outings as they were unable to feed off the momentum of a rare 16-point home win over the Chicago Bulls April 21st, as they fell 2 days later by 6 on the road to the Charlotte Hornets. They squandered a 7-point halftime lead only to be outscored 60-47 in the second half en route to their 38th loss of the year. Colin Sexton and Darius Garland led the way with 28 and 27 points while accounting for half of the team's 10 trays. Furthermore, the team also heavily out-rebounded the Hornets by a 47-38 margin. However, 16 turnovers, 4 by Sexton, along with giving up 14 trays, was their ultimate undoing as they fell for the 3rd straight game away from home. The Cavaliers failed to cover as 1.5-point dogs versus Charlotte and are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 contests. The Wizards continue to ride high as they enter this contest winners of 7 straight after their 20-point road thrashing of the Oklahoma City Thunder Friday night. The team was able to recover from a lackluster defensive effort in the first half to outscore the Thunder 59-41 in the final half en route to their 26th win of 2020-21. Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook each posted 30 or more, with Westbrook continuing his triple-double onslaught with 11 boards and 11 assists. Important to add that the duo went a combined 7-10 from deep while the Wizards posted 18 trays total. Washington is also 5-1 ATS in their last 6 outings, including covering as 9-point favorites versus Oklahoma City. The Cavaliers haven't been able to build much momentum lately, and their confidence took another hit after falling to the short-handed Hornets on Friday despite big games from Sexton and Garland. The Wizards are playing some of their best basketball of the season, and it's hard to see their win streak getting threatened by the slumping Cavaliers in this spot. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Washington Wizards -6. The Washington Wizards have been in red-hot form as they've won 9 of their past 10 games, and they will be looking to build on a season-high 7-game win streak after blowing past the Thunder in a 129-109 road win on Friday. Russell Westbrook led the way with a triple-double of 37 points with 11 rebounds and 11 assists on 14 of 23 shooting. Bradley Beal added 33 points on 12 of 24 shooting, while Raul Neto chipped in with 15 points and 5 assists. As a team, the Wizards shot 51% from the field and 18 of 32 from the three-point line as they poured in 70 points in the first half, before holding the Thunder to just 41 points in the second half to make it look easy in the end. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.